Hi folks, welcome to Software Testing Hacks. In this video, let's understand what are collections and why do we need this collection. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Collection is an object that represents group of objects. Basically, what we are talking is collection, simple definition. You can say that collection is an object that represents group of objects. Understand the statement. First, we will have to understand what are the disadvantages of arrays. Okay, to overcome those drawbacks, we have this collections concept. For example, in Java, how we were writing the array, suppose say, I would say like int A, okay, we take a different marker. Okay, let's say in num, right, is equal to new int, right. This is how we were declaring arrays and we were specifying the size of the array, right. So that's how we were doing it. But can you think of certain disadvantages of declaring array like this? One is it can store only values which are of type int. Only integer values only it can store. Okay. So that is one major drawback. If I want to store any string value, then I have to separately declare a array, and that's how I have to do it. So basically, array will collect only homogeneous data. Homogeneous elements can only be stored. Suppose in there is this is a array, and if I want to store in there is a five memory location, say if I want to store some value which is other than integer type, then it is not possible, right? One major drawback we got, if I want to store a character, then I have to again declare a character array, and then that's how I have to do it. But the second disadvantage of using array is here, if we specify the size of the array, so then it is like we are only creating a memory location of five blocks. Okay, five memory blocks, that's what we are creating. Suppose during the runtime, if I want to add certain values, it is not possible, right? It won't allow us to redeclare it. So that's the one major drawback. In case, suppose if you are trying to store any value above this, five value, five whatever we have created, then it will throw the array index out of bound error, right? So that is one major drawback also. Suppose in case I have only two values stored here, okay? The remaining three are empty. So that's where the memory also gets wasted with the array. So I have to hardly declare this is the number of memory I want before itself, right? So that is also one major drawback of array. So what we resolved in case of collection, we will understand that. But can we also create an array where it allows us to store non-primitive data types? In the sense we can create an object of an array, and that's how we can store heterogeneous element also. Heterogeneous in meaning, suppose if I want to store in a particular array, if I want to store a values irrespective of its type, it can be either integer, it can be either string or character, irrespective of that. Yes, that is possible by creating the object of it. Okay. But in case of collection, what happens is there also it is a collection of object only. But there is a slight difference in collection. One thing, is in case of uh, a collection, it is basically a representation of a data structure. So that's how, if we want to, you don't have to specifically declare how much memory is required, and you can store a value of any type in that. Okay, so those are the advantages of using collection. Also, there are certain other advantages also. Okay, so let's see, in collection, what are the different types of collection that we have? Basically, under collection, we have list, queue, and then set. So under list, we have four different types, which is array list, linked list, vector, and under vector, it is stack. Okay. So these are the different categories that comes under list. It is one of the important concept. Understanding list and array list is very much important for testers. And also, when it comes to queue, it is priority queue, and then there is another type which is called DQ. Okay, array DQ. And then under that we have set and then hash set, linked hash set, sorted set, reset. So there are different types of them which we are using. Basically, it is a collection of what I can say is it is a collection of interface. Basically, this collection framework is an combination of classes and interfaces. So that's where also it provides certain methods. Okay, certain methods. Suppose in case in array, if I want to insert any value during the execution, it is not possible, right, during the runtime. But in case of array list, it is possible. Also, it provides us certain ways to insert, okay, like built-in methods. Basically, it provides us a way by creating some methods, so that will allow us to directly use those methods, and we don't have to specifically write any specific code to add those elements into the array. But in case of array, it is not possible. If we want to, suppose say if I want to uh, either search or solve, we have to write a logic for that. But in case of collections, it is easy because it provides certain methods which we can directly use. Okay, if I want to add any value, I can use add method. Okay, and then if I want to remove, I can use remove method. So we have a lot of other methods as well, okay, in collections. So we can directly use them and we can perform the operations on it. Okay. So we understood what is collection and what is the need for collection and what are the disadvantages of arrays, right? Let's see what is the difference between array and then the collection. So we have already discussed that arrays are fixed in size. That is, once we create an array, we cannot increase or decrease based on our requirement. So that's where the chances of memory loss is also more, and it is not growable. Okay, specifically, it is not growable. Also, if I want to add any specific elements, okay. But in case of collection, collection are growable in nature. That is based on our requirement. We can either increase or decrease the size, right? So we can add or even remove the elements present in the array. Basically, it is a collection of objects. Arrays can hold only homogeneous types of elements, right? So that's what we discussed. Whereas the collection hold both homogeneous as well as heterogeneous elements. So we can add different types of elements also. Along with integer, we can add string and then a character. We can add whatever we want. There is no underlying data structure for arrays, and hence ready-made method support is not available. So we already spoke about certain methods, right? If I want to sort or search any particular element in an array, we have to write a piece of logic to do that. But here, every collection class is implemented based on some standard data structure, and hence ready-made method support is available for every requirement. Okay, so we'll go through what are the different types of methods as well we have. Okay, in the later session. Arrays can hold both object as well as primitive data types, whereas collection can hold only object types but no primitive data types such as int, long, short, etc. So these are the major difference between arrays and collections. Hope this video helped you to understand what are collections in Java. If you have liked this, please do like it, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.